Hey everyone, so I bought a load of Catrice stuff there towards the beginning of the summer when I discovered that my local pharmacy stocked them, and since then they are stocked in pennies, which used to be the case. Their sister brand Essence has been in pennies for ages, but Catrice is fairly new there, and I was really excited to try it out because I've seen people like Julia of Mischievous and a few other people raving about the brand, and I was always a little bit suspicious considering how fairly priced or inexpensive the products are. So I'll start off obviously with the foundation. Now I applied a primer just prior there to filming because this is a matte foundation, and I always pretty much like 99% of the time will apply a primer before a matte foundation. Just popped on my number 7 Airbrush Away primer, which is like a silicone based one. So with the matte foundation, it's the Infinite Matte up to 18 hours makeup. This is a long lasting shine control hydrating oil free makeup. I'm killing myself looking for the receipt there for ease, and I can't find it anywhere, so I know I had kept it for ages and I think I put it somewhere safe and I have no idea where it is now. So it's a brilliant price obviously for a foundation, and I obviously was very suspicious again as to whether it would be any good considering it's only €5, and I'm really impressed by it. So the colour I am is light beige. You can see there it's almost invisible against my own hand colour. It's very pale. It's a really lovely colour for anyone who's very light. It's not too yellow. It's one of those shades that's almost a slightly grey undertoned, which as anyone who's very pale will know that's kind of what you want. And I find that this lasts really well throughout the day, and I find that it really helps keep the shine at bay. But anyhow, I'm using my Real Techniques, what's this one called? Expert Face Brush. This is a new brush. I only got this yesterday in Boots, so I figure I might as well try it out. So because this is a matte foundation, I don't bring it up underneath the eye area, but I find this gives a really nice kind of natural coverage. You can always add a little bit more if you want to get a little bit more coverage in certain areas. And it's not at all like cakey or obvious looking on the skin by any means for the consistency, because it's not that liquid. It's a bit more of a creamy liquid, if you know what I mean, which sometimes can be more obvious on the skin, but this is really beautiful on. I really like it. So colour is what really gets me. I just absolutely love the colour. So of course I'm like a really pale like NC15ish, but sometimes some of the NC15s like with the Studio Fix fluid can be too yellow. So this is nice because it's not too yellow, but it still would be yellow based. It's not pink by any means, which is exactly what I want. Next I did get a concealer. I got the all round concealer palette. I love this for the face but not for under the eyes, so I'm just going to use it on my blemishes. I'll just use a Sigma Precision Round brush. This is the P82. This shade here, which is like the second one in, it's like again it's like slightly grey yellow. It's a good one for my skin tone. Sometimes it's a little bit pale, so I'm gonna mix a little bit of the next one in with it. Like I said, I don't really like this for underneath the eyes. That's only because of my own particular skin concerns. I can look a little bit liney under the eyes if I use anything too thick or too creamy, so I just tend to stick to liquid products. But I think this is a fantastic concealer for the price. I think again it was about €5 for the whole palette. It comes with the green shade obviously for correcting redness. You have a pink shade for brightening, so that's really good for on the inner corners of the eyes. Then this is a really pale eggshell shade, so this would be perfect for highlighting or for anyone who's like super pale. And then these two are kind of what I use for my face. So as long as I don't have anything like too ridiculously hideous on my face spot wise, this will cover perfectly. So I really do like it. And then I do use the pink. I'll use it on the inner corner of the eyes, not really on the under part of my eyes, but I will use it on the inner corner. And then you can use the lightest shade as a highlight for anywhere. So it's like a really light creamy consistency. It's not thick like maybe the Studio Finish concealer by MAC. It's a lot softer in feel than that. So you mightn't get like hardcore coverage from it like you would with slightly thicker consistency ones, but it still is a lovely concealer for what it is. and I do like that there's different shades in there, so you can kind of contour and highlight as you go along. So I definitely would say that's a handy one to have. I keep this in my desk little drawer here, something that I can kind of jump to every day whenever I need it, so that's perfect. So just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use, might as well use another new product. This is the Fit Me concealer by Maybelline. It's in the colour 15, so this is in the pale range, and it's the pink toned one. Now obviously if it was for my face I'd use the yellow toned one, but I got this for the eye area. So I'm just gonna pat this in place. Okay, so that's my base done. Now I did get this SkinFinish powder. If you follow my videos you'll probably know by now I'm in love with this. I've used a ton since I got it, and there's still loads in it. There's like 10 grams of product. Again, this was you know, I think everything is pretty much around the £5 range when it comes to this. I got this in the colour 10 transparent. Now this is a mattifying ultra silky powder with light reflecting pigments for an even mattified and radiant finish all day long. Suitable for every skin type. It's oil free. So it's called SkinFinish, and to be honest I would say it is somewhat comparable to the MAC namesake, but it's not maybe quite as shimmery. I know MAC isn't, the SkinFinish Natural by MAC isn't like ridiculous shimmery, but it's not as matte as this. Now colour wise this is much more of a neutral colour rather than the light colour of the MAC one, which is slightly more yellow based. Yeah, this would suit a lot of people with very, very pale colours. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes first though before I pop that on, just in case there's any fallout. So I did get a couple of quads. I got this one which is the Absolute Eye Colour, and it's a number 60 Rumble in the Jungle. I love golds and greens, and it just came with a lovely purple, so I thought that would be good for my eye colour. And I also got this Smokey Eye Set, number 30 Smokey Eye Set. I have shown this in a video before. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll find it and I'll pop the link to that below, because I'm actually going to go ahead and use this one rather than this. I might actually use maybe the black and the light colour for highlight and contouring, but this will be the main colours. Before I pop on my eyeshadow, I'm going to use this Sedona Lace Stick It To 'Em Primer. I'm kind of trying to show you all relatively new bits. I think I've shown this in a couple of videos before, but it wouldn't be as used as some of my other bits yet. This is a lovely primer. It's like a little liquidy, not a liquid, it's more of a gel kind of primer, and it comes in a squeezy tube like this, which I think is brilliant. So it's kind of like an eggshell colour. I'm just going to pat that all over the moving part of my lid. So I think the way this primer works is that it is a little bit sticky and that it's a bit tacky, so it really grabs onto any eyeshadow you put on over it. I'm going to start off with the highlight from the Smoky Eye palette, and it's a lovely just light highlight. It would be kind of whitey looking, but it's a little bit of an off-white, more of a cream. Be very similar to maybe Mylar by MAC in shade, but it's shimmery, so it'd be like Mylar meets maybe Dazzle Light or something like that, if you wanted to compare it to a MAC shade. And it's very soft, so it does break up a little bit in the pan, but it's still a lovely, lovely shade. And pop some of that into the inner corner as well. Now I'm going to the theatre tonight, so I don't want to wear anything too bonkers for it. I think I'll apply this dark green all over the moving part of my lid. So it's a lovely kind of forest green colour. They haven't named them singularly, but it's that darker forest green colour. I love these kind of I don't know, what would you call them, khaki kind of greens. And just packing that all over the moving part of my lid. I'm using a Sedona Lace EB21 brush. So these eyeshadows go on beautifully. They're really soft without being too crumbly, like it's not totally falling out of the pan or breaking up in the pan as I'm applying it. And the colour payoff is brilliant, so I really like how they apply. Now once I've that much on, I'm just going to switch to a blending brush and just going in with the same colour again, picking up a little bit on the tip of the brush. This is a blending E25 by Sigma. And just go back and forth in the crease. The good thing about this as well is that the shadow doesn't just disappear as you blend it, which can happen to some shadows. So Catrice is definitely one of those brands that would make you say, don't be snobby when it comes to makeup. There are some brilliant brands out there. I'm not saying 100% of the Catrice brand is going to be amazing. I'm sure they have some duds, and they definitely do have one dud that I own that I'll show you in a few minutes, but it's by far the best like cheap brand I've come across so far, so I think it seems to be pretty good. So I'm just going to apply a black into my waterline. This is just Feline by MAC. Okay, I think I'm going to get some of this gold colour now and use just a clean brush and apply it to the inner corner. Just to brighten it up a little bit. I'm going to go back into the dark green and I'm just going to run that along the lower lash line. Going to go in with my blending brush then and go around the edge. Okay, and I'm going to go into the Smokey Eye Set. So you'll see in that other video that I linked to below, but this black part, this last black, is actually a cream black. So it's really good to use as a base, first of all, if you're doing smoky eye. I'm going to go into this kind of grey sparkly colour and just bounce my blending brush on it and apply this above the crease. And then just with a clean blending brush, go around the edge. Okay, and then I'm going to go into the black eyeshadow, so the powder eyeshadow, and pop a little bit just onto the outer corner. It's a nice black eyeshadow. I wouldn't say it's the most insanely opaque eyeshadow in the world, but it's as good, if not better, as Carbon by MAC, pretty much, so it's not bad by any means. It mightn't be maybe as black as the Inglot one, which I think is like kind of like a superior black eyeshadow, but it's still very good. I wouldn't hesitate to use it for any look really that requires a black eyeshadow. So if you haven't guessed so far in the tutorial, I am really impressed by the Catrice makeup, and I did buy all of it by myself, in case anyone's wondering if you didn't catch that at the start. This is just turning into like a kind of a smudgy khaki smoky eye, and I'm just going to go back in to the highlight and just apply that again underneath the brow bone, or the brow arch rather. I'll show you one of my favourite products, and you'll probably have guessed it anyhow. It's this guy, so you can see how little is left. It's one of the eyebrow pencils that I got, or it's the eyebrow pencil that I got. I love it because it has a spoolie on the back, which comes in so handy when you have thicker eyebrows like myself, where you do kind of need to brush through the hairs first of all. This can be good to get any foundation off the eyebrows, or it can just be good to get them in shape. And then because I have it topped down so far, I think this was just called plain old brown. But I really love how it applies. It's not too hard like some eyebrow pencils can be, where it's like impossible to get any like colour payoff. They seem to just drag against the skin, and it's not too powdery like some eyebrow pencils can be also. It's just one of those really nice kind of in-between ones. It reminds me a little bit of, is it the Rimmel eyebrow pencil? Do I have one here? Yeah, the Rimmel eyebrow pencils. They're other ones that I think are brilliant. When it comes to inexpensive, like affordable, but really good eyebrow pencils. So I can't remember exactly how many shades of eyebrow pencils were there. I think there might have only been a couple, but I just really like the colour of this for my own hair colour. So I pretty much use it to totally define the tail. And you can brush the hairs in place as you go along, and then run it lightly through any sparse areas on the fuller part of my brow. And obviously use it then to correct the bottom line. I didn't get this next product at the same time I got the other bits. I only picked this up maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. No, I'd say about 3 weeks ago now, in Pennies, when I was just kind of browsing, and I just ran out, or was nearly run out, of my normal clear mascara that I use on my brows, and I picked up this Catrice Lash Brow Designer Shaping and Conditioning Mascara Gel. Now it's starting to go a little bit off colour because I've been using it so much, but what I love about this, and I was shocked actually when I opened, not shocked, but I was pleasantly surprised when I opened it, because the brush is so unique. So I don't know, can you see there? It's It's almost like a hairbrush this side, like there's like, oh yeah, I'll put it against my hair because you can see it. So that way it's like a normal mascara brush, but this way it's got bristles like a hairbrush. So it's brilliant for anyone with slightly bushier brows. If you've got smaller brows or like less bushy brows, yeah, you can happily get away with the mascara kind of spoolie side. And of course for eyelashes it's perfect for that side as well. But I'm just in love with this. I think I'm probably going to pick up like 5 of them the next time I'm in Penny's, just to stock up on them for my kit, because it's just so handy. Now unfortunately for my kit I'll have to just use disposable mascara ones, but it holds really well in place. So I really like the formula, and what it says about the formula is it's a quick drying texture, contains panthenol. I think it's just a basic one, but it works really well. I can't exactly remember the price, maybe around the €5 or €6 mark again, maybe less. Shouldn't be the same as the foundation, but anyhow I can't really remember. It's still really affordable. Yeah, one of the last things to show you would be this, the liquid liner. So this is called the shade, I really like the name of it. It's Dating Joe Black. So it's number 10, and it's just your black eyeliner. It's kind of a hard nibbed one, so it's not one of the brush nibs, which sometimes I find you can't get maybe as fine a line as you'd like, but it's fine. And the formula is lovely. It's a really black formula. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that. Okay, so I just popped on some of the eyeliner there. Now as far as the eyeliner goes, it's nothing too overly exciting. It's just a really good, nice liquid eyeliner. I'm just going to pop a little bit of the black powder underneath the lower lash line when I'm talking to you. But the eyeliner, what I really like about it is that you don't have to dip back into the pot when you're using it. You nearly get the full eyeline out of the one dip, which is good. And it does really go on quite opaque, which is obviously what you want from an eyeliner. You don't want one that looks kind of baldy in patches, which can happen with a lot of eyeliners. So what I didn't get from Catrice, I didn't get any mascara, though I have heard good stuff about some of their mascaras. I didn't get any lip products yet, and I didn't get any cheek products or like yeah, blushers, highlighters, bronzers or anything like that. So I'm going to definitely look out for those and give them a go. I did get actually a nail varnish, so let me just show you quickly what I got. I'll pop it on for you, sure, and show you what it's like in a picture, but it's called Genius in a bottle. It's a gorgeous shade, like a goldy, greeny blue shade. It's really interesting. And I also got this Catrice one in heavy metallic. This is an 800, which is a beautiful purple. I'm going to go with the gold one today though, just because it'll kind of suit my makeup a little bit better. But really nice nail varnishes, I have to say, and the range is really nice. The range of nail varnishes in Essence is really nice as well, which is their sister brand. Yeah, so I'm just going to pop on a little bit of the SkinFinish. Doesn't matter what brush you use really. I'll just use this 131 by MAC. It's not at all like, doesn't fall everywhere, and it pretty much applies totally translucent. It doesn't seem to add any colour, which is what I love. If anything, it pales me down a little bit when I'm wearing foundations that are perhaps a little bit too dark. It doesn't look cakey or dry on the skin, which I was really surprised, because I find most drugstore foundations, or not foundations, powders, just tend to be quite talky and stuff like that. I was really impressed by this. I haven't actually repurchased my SkinFinish Natural by MAC since getting this, because I find that this does the job perfectly. Okay, so that's as far as I can go with the actual Catrice makeup. I will finish off the look and post pictures and a full product list as usual on my blog, which will be linked to below. But the one dud product I got from Catrice was this eyeliner pen, and it's in the colour, whoops, what's it called? BlackBlue. Now I really like the idea of this, and it's got a really nice nib. It's quite like not moisturising, but it's, you know, it's not dry at all like some of these pens can be. The reason I went on my dud list is because I applied it as eyeliner, looked beautiful on the eyes, applied really well, all that kind of stuff. It was stained on my eyelid for about 2 to 3 days afterwards. It just did not come off. I used every bloody eye makeup remover I could try, and it just, like, the actual shade, it's like the product itself came on, but it stained the skin, which is obviously not a good thing. I'm going to try and take it off my hand as quick as possible. So I was really, really disappointed with that, because it is a lovely pen, but it stains. Now it's supposed to be long lasting, and you know, it does certainly last a long time, but I don't think that it's a good product if it stains your skin. I think that's just a big shame. So I haven't used it since that time, because I don't want to be walking around with blue lids. It would be brilliant if it didn't stain your lid, but you can see here now, this is me taking it off with a really strong Dual Phase Eye Makeup Remover, one of the oil based ones. It's taken off most of the product, but that blue line is left, and it just doesn't really go until it kind of wears away after washing it after a couple of days. So it's just, yeah, it's just really annoying. I don't know if that's maybe just the blue shade. I don't know if that would happen with the black and the brown as well. I don't know if I want to bother trying it out though. So yeah, scrubbing, 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 and it's still there. But anyhow, that's the only dud I got in the bunch. But yeah, I hope this was interesting, maybe for anyone interested in cosmetics, or the Catrice cosmetics. I know it's probably a long video, but I just wanted to let you know all exactly what I thought of the products. I will link to the video that I used this in below, if I can find it easy enough. And yeah, in the meantime, thanks a million for watching, guys, and I'll chat to you all really soon. Slán!